100 days of Minecraft hardcore. If you even mess up once, if you slip up once, everything is gone. I bet you've seen all the other 100 days videos. Today we're going to be doing something kind of like that, but a bit of a twist. Instead of one, we are going to be having two people perform these 100 days. This is going to be even harder because if even one of us messes up once, like I said before, everything will be gone and all our progress will be lost. Thank you Lockdown Life for this idea. If you haven't watched this video yet, make sure to go check it out. Link will be in the description. Can we survive Minecraft hardcore on 100 days without slipping up once? Make sure to watch the entire video to find out. And so finally, it was day one. The first day we spawned into a jungle, and for the next 3 minutes, we were talking about how ugly Junglewood is. And like everyone on their first day, we started preparing and getting ready for the adventure to come. Then we started getting to work on our first house, and it was looking very creative. After that, we decided to get to work on mining. Yeah, I almost had my first encounter with death right there, but it was worth it because a few seconds later I found diamonds! So I made an iron pickaxe and got to work right away. And for the rest of the night, I mined obsidian. On day 2, I got straight to work, and with the diamonds and obsidian I mined, I decided to make an enchanting table. And with that enchanting table, Mapek decided to enchant all his armor, and I decided to enchant my tools. But then we found that the jungle didn't really have that many resources, so we decided to find a new place to stay. But along the way, we found some parrots, and there was no way I was leaving this guy behind. After sailing for a while, we finally found land. Wait, is that a village? And after a close encounter with death, we finally got some sleep. Thank God. And when I woke up on day 3, I decided to go fishing. With these fish, we decided to race to see who could get the cat first. Of course I did. Then finally, we set off to find a new home. And oh my god, dogs! And of course, I tamed all of them. Yeah, I have that feeling. This is definitely going to be our home. And for the rest of the day, we started getting materials to build our new house. This continued from day 4 to day 7. Whew, that was a lot of materials. On day 8, we used the obsidian I got earlier to go into the nether. But then I got shot by a skeleton and was so scared that I had to go back. On day 9, we finally got all the materials we needed and I got straight to work on the construction of our house. Oh hey look, Mapek finally got diamonds. Well, it's the morning, and guess what? It's day 10. I finally survived my first 10 days, and well, I feel, I feel like nothing. Only 90 more to go, right? At the end of day 10, I finally finished the platform for my build. On day 11 and 12, I didn't really do anything important, just continued building my house. On day 13, I had to rush down to the village because Mapek had accidentally started a raid. What? Oh my god, since when did they do this much damage? Yeah, I'm leaving. After that very close encounter with death, Mapek made me enchant all his tools and I literally had 0 enchantment levels left. But on the bright side of things, our house was looking pretty good. On day 15, I finished the roof for the tower. On day 16, Mapek finished building his bee farm. And then we bred them and oh my god, look at the little baby one. Aww, we're gonna name him Ripley. On day 17 was just Mapek explaining to me how the honey gives us food. And days 18 through 23 were spent building. On day 24, the house was finally finished, and I think it looks pretty good. The rest of day 24 was spent building the interior of the house. This room right here is going to be the memory room, and in the comments tell me what you think should be put in here. First we put the crossbow for when we almost died in the raid, and the sword for when the first time we went into the nether. Day 25 was nothing much, just me doing the interior of my room. I did the same thing for all of day 26 too. Oh yeah, and I also went to check up on the pets. Then I went on an adventure to find sheep because we had no wool. And oh, look, I finally found one. Yes, I got 2. But that didn't last long. Oh yeah, and it killed the other one too. On the start of day 27, I started building stairs in the tower. And for some reason, for the rest of this day, I just kind of jumped around. And finally, on day 28, I started going mining for diamonds. And then the most unlucky thing happened. And after being scared to death, I disconnected on accident. And somehow I got out, with 3 hearts left. And this also happened. Yeah, both of these things gave me a heart attack. And scared for my life, I fled into this little hole. On day 29, my foot is sadly corrupted. And after those 2 almost death experiences, Mapek decided he would mine for me. It was very nice. Base diamond armor is good and all, but I really needed enchanted armor. And to get levels fast, I needed to mine some quartz in the nether. I mined a lot of quartz. I almost died again, so Mapek had to do a rescue mission and come and save me. And not even kidding you, this mission took days. And because Mapek saved me, he made me enchant all his armor. And look, I had none of my levels that I worked so hard for. But I begged him and begged him until he got annoyed, and I made him enchant my armor too. Finally, some good armor. Day 35 with both of us full enchanted diamond armor, I think we're doing pretty good. Our bird disagreed. Fine then, be like that. Day 36 was kinda just like a chill rest day. We kinda just jumped around our house the whole day. Day 37 started off with me killing fish because we were low on food. Then Mapek told me to come to him because he had a surprise. Apparently all these days that I've been jumping around doing nothing, he's been in the nether getting netherite. Hey, look, I'm useful too though, I'm cooking 8 fish. I was not about to have him have full netherite and me having diamond, so I went to shear the sheep so I could make some beds to go netherite mining. And then on day 38, I finally had enough beds to go into the nether. And while I was on my way to netherite mining, I actually somehow managed to find the nether fortress. Oh wow, some diamond horse armor. What do you mean this is a terrible fortress? Then I got attacked by these guys and decided I should go home before I pushed my luck too far. But I didn't forget to take a screenshot before I left. So I finally decided to start netherite mining. But still, after using my last bed, I got unlucky and didn't get any netherite. On day 40, I decided I wanted a fox. And look, oh, there's one there. If you didn't know, to tame a fox, you have to breed 2 foxes and the baby becomes tamed. So this process was very tedious. But luckily for me, there was another fox right by it. But I didn't have enough berries to make the fox grow up, so I had to go home and get some more. And while I had an unlucky spree of netherite mining, Mapek apparently had a really good one and got a netherite piece for me. I decided to use it on my chestplate. I think we could get full netherite by the end of the series. Then it was back to breeding the foxes, and I had to build an entire tunnel so they could meet each other and breed. Then it got dark, and I didn't want any creepers blowing up the foxes, so I had to go to sleep at home. But the next day, it was right back to it, and I finally finished the path. Then finally, I used the berries to breed them. Then I put them in a boat and made a path that went all the way to our home. And finally, at the end of the day, we brought him home. And all of day 42 was spent getting materials to build the foxy little pin. And right when we woke up on day 43, we started to get to work on the pin. But we needed more materials, so for the rest of day 43, we got some wood. I was really trying to go for the mini kind of survival house for this little guy. It was piecing pretty well together so far. And by the end of day 45, it was done and it was looking pretty good. We decided we were going to name him Bubby. And as you could tell, Bubby really loved his new home. He started playing right away. And while I was doing that, Mapek got me some netherite leggings. On day 46, I decided to go into the nether to get some gold so we can make some golden apples. We needed these because we were planning for something really big soon. And after I had enough gold, I killed this useless wandering villager. Thanks for the leads! And with all that gold I mined earlier, I managed to get 19 ingots. And on day 47, we finally got enough bookshelves to get level 30 enchants. On day 48, some pillagers tried to pull up on us, but they ended up getting slapped. And I was tired of us having no food at all, so I decided we needed to make a huge wheat farm. And on day 49, the farm was finally finished. Then Mapek wanted to show me a project he was working on. He was trying to make a hoglin farm, but to make a hoglin farm you have to be on the netherite surface. But we also didn't think of a way to get down. Luckily Mapek had some spare obsidian. And lucky enough, it was close enough to link with our other nether portal. And on day 50 I decided we need some fences for our farm because I didn't want it to get stepped on. And while I was working on this, Mapek was working on getting us an XP farm. Yeah, I think that was a little excessive. I tried to do a water bucket clutch and I almost ended the series here. On day 51, I decided to go into the nether because I realized my armor isn't really that good, so I needed some levels. On day 52, Mapek finished the level farm, so I went to go check it out. And I'm telling you, this thing gives you XP alright. And after getting all these levels, I decided to go unenchant all my bad enchantments. And I got some really good enchantments. And then I had to go back to the XP farm so I could get some XP to upgrade my armor. And the entire time I was doing this, Mapek was in the nether. So on the morning of day 53, I woke up to this. We finally had full netherite, and if you couldn't tell, we were really happy. And with the 2 I had left, I decided to give it to my sword and my pickaxe. It was finally time to enchant all my armor. And then, with Mapek's XP, we started enchanting books. We got some lucky enchants, I couldn't believe it. Whoa, are you enjoying this video? Well, if you are, I spent over 55 plus hours making this video, so if you're enjoying it and want to see more content, make sure to subscribe. I'm almost to 500 subs, and it would mean the world for me to get there, so if you really enjoyed my content, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, back to the video. On day 54, I decided to enchant my bow and name it 100 days. Never mind, apparently I decided to add death in there. But day 54 was just filled with enchanting and farming. Then I went to go farm some apples to get ready for a fight that was gonna come up. And I came home to Mapek building something, but he said it was secret and wouldn't tell me what it was yet. And on day 55 I went straight back out there to go farm more apples. At the end of the day I only managed to come back with 14 though. And Mapek's build was looking pretty good so far. He still wouldn't let me go inside though. And I started off day 56 with murdering an enderman, but he decided to only give me a dirt block. And with all the apples and gold I got earlier, I can make 10 golden apples. And on day 57, I finally got to see what was inside. Mapek had made a whole villager farm. It's kinda more like a... you know what? Never mind. And those 3 days I had been chopping down trees and getting apples, Mapek had been trading and getting emeralds. Then we decided it was finally time to go into the nether and go in the fortress. We had finally made it. It was time to kill some blazes. We decided Mapek would kill everything because he had looting 3 on his sword. Then we camped the spawner until we had at least 15 blaze rods. And since we were already there and Mapek had looting 3, we decided we were going to try to get all 3 wither heads. And then after a few minutes, Mapek had finally gotten his first one. And then after about 15 minutes, we finally got all 3 heads. We went home pretty proud that trip. On day 59, it was finally the day we were going to beat the Wither. Even though we had golden apples and a bunch of good weapons, it was still terrifying because we could just lose everything right here and right now. It was finally time, and with no hesitation, we finally started the Wither battle. We knew this would be a tough battle, so we built a tunnel to stay safe from his explosions. We also went deep in the ground so none of our stuff would get exploded. It was a furious and hard battle, but we managed to get him to half health. Beat the Wither. It was a tough battle, but we managed to pull through. We went to bed very happy this night. It was day 60, and our final goal was to beat the Ender Dragon. And for now, we put the star in the memories room, until we had enough emeralds to make a beacon. Then I went to go fix the trading post, because it was looking a bit, awkward. There we go, now it's fixed up. Then we decided to test each other's bow damage on each other. It was not a very good idea. On day 61, I looked at our nether portal and it was looking really ugly, so I decided to go change it. This project was going to take a while, so I spent all of day 61 getting materials. So on day 62, I started to get to work. My idea for this build was to make it look more like a shop. And then on day 63, it was looking good so far. And on day 64, I ran out of materials, so I had to go back to get more. Then I went back to building. And I started off day 65 getting attacked by Mapek. Day 65 was also the day that I finished the portal build. I really liked it. Okay, yeah, I know this is late, but I started placing down torches all around our base on day 65 so mobs would finally stop spawning. Day 66 was started off with some farming, and also feeding the animals. And after that, Mapix showed me that he had built an automatic food farm. And today was the day that we were also gonna go get some ender pearls so we could finally get the ender eyes we need. But a few seconds later, Mapix made me come back because apparently all our villagers had been killed. And he wasn't lying. Only 3 villagers survived and 1 zombie villager. So while he dealt with that, I went into the nether to go get some more ender pearls. And for this, I went into a blue crimson forest because that's where most of the endermen spawn. And at the end of this, we finally had enough to make 17 ender eyes. It was day 68 and we had to hurry up because we wanted to beat the ender dragon on exactly day 69. So we prepared and got everything we needed and then ventured off. And after throwing a few pearls, we finally found the stronghold. And it was exactly the room we needed. So we put every eye in except for one and waited for day 69. It was day 69, so we put in the eye and went in. This was the last boss. This is everything we had worked for, so we had to be very careful in this fight. We did it. Our goal of beating the ender dragon was accomplished, and me and Mapix were very excited. So right after beating him, we took the egg. And then I shot Mapix into the portal. We then made it home and put the egg in the memories. And day 70 was just me and Mapix messing around. On day 71 was just me making the sugarcane farm way bigger. And I also made an ender chest with the spare ender eye. We started off day 72 by putting the ender eye in the memories. And I spent the rest of the day thinking about what project I wanted to do next. On day 73, I decided the project I wanted to do was build a getaway house. So I cleared out an area and started getting materials. Then I started getting to work on the house. I wanted this to be kind of like a place we could just get away to and watch the sunset. And by the end of day 74, the platform was done. By day 75, I ran out of blocks and needed to get more. And then I started to get to work on the roof. And by day 76, the roof was finally finished. I also found out that Mapix had been making a mob grinder, and you'll find out what it's used for later. The house was looking a little bland, so I decided to add a little porch. I think it's looking pretty good so far. And on day 80, I finally finished the porch. Never mind, that's lopsided. On day 81, I decided it needed fences because it feels more safe. And I also had a tourist. Well, I guess he could stay. On day 82, Mapix mob farm was finally finished. And that is the biggest mob farm I've ever seen. Oh, and it works alright. And on day 83, the house was finally finished. Ah, yes, this is what I wanted. And day 84 through 85 was spent at the XP farm. And with all the emeralds we got from the villagers, we had enough to make a beacon. So we finally got to use our nether star. Ah, now this is beautiful. And days 90 through 99 were all spent in preparations for the fireworks show that was going to happen. Thank you guys so much for watching us do these 100 days. It was fun and we had a really great time. And if you would like to see a 200 days, make sure to get this video to 30 likes. But anyways, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next one.